everyone, this is Dawn and welcome back to my channel. So I recently shared that I have this book from the Dollar Tree I got some time ago. It is called The Secret of Magic, and I loved the title for a Halloween altered book. So I thought I would go ahead and get started here, and I thought I would take you guys along the process of how I do an altered book. And there are numbers and numbers of videos out there, but I know that I've been asked a few times what my process is, so I thought I would go ahead and show you my process, which basically I use pretty much how Crafty Irina showed us, and I am going to find her video and link it in the description box below. And many crafters have used her method, and there are many others out there as well. So I think you have to find the process that works for you. I've done a couple of altered book swaps with Jan's Crazy Life, and she showed how to do one very simply. For me, because I was already familiar with Crafty Irina's method, although I had not done it myself, I preferred that method than to the way Jan showed how to use it, which is perfectly fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Well, I will say I already did a video showing how I got started because again, this book is from the Dollar Tree. It took me a couple of years before I felt like I could take apart a book or, you know, rip some pages from it, because I love books. But it's a lot easier if they are inexpensive books from the, you know, the thrift stores where maybe you're going to save them from the landfill, or these books have ended up at the Dollar Tree. So I feel okay working with this book to create a craft project. So I'm just going to make something different out of this. So for me, for this book that I want to do for Halloween, I love the title. It's The Secret of Magic, and I also love that the spine is green. Well, I kind of showed how I got started, and as I've watched the video back a couple of times, and I know it's confusing to explain it, and then as I get going, I tend to sometimes misuse my words. I frequently say the wrong thing. So I want to do it again. I went back and found a book that is roughly similar to the amount of pages that the Secret of Magic one is. So this one here is another book that I've picked up at the Dollar Tree. I really like to find books at the Dollar Tree if they have a particular shape and size and so many pages. Or I do love to find books like this says Project Paper Doll, the rules, and sometimes I like a good title where I don't maybe want to cover the entire book and maybe leave the title on the spine. So I like that, the Project Paper Doll, the rules. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the dust jacket, and this book has roughly about the same. This book here has 403 pages in it, my Secret of Magic. I am sitting on my chair, and anyways, put it this way, it was uncomfortable for a minute, so I needed to adjust. So I'm going to go ahead and get started in this book. So I'm going to open this up for the book. I think this first page here, this is glued onto here. This is all just kind of one page. It's glued, and I think this helps hold the integrity of the book, so I do not want to tear this page out. And for an altered book, what we're going to do is we are going to remove pages to make this smaller, so that when I come back and alter it, I'm going to be adding scrapbook paper and embellishments, and then it's going to get chunkier. So I need to remove pages so that I can make room to redo the book and embellish it. So once again, we're going to start up here. So this page I'm going to leave, and this book here too, or this page here too, the way that these two pages just seem to naturally kind of go together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and glue these two pages together. Let's go ahead and do that right now, because I don't want to rip those out. I want to leave these in for the integrity of the whole book. I think for me that's best. And you can, people do rip them out, but for me, I want to leave them in. I just feels like it gives my whole overall book a little more stability. And I'm also not going to count this book, or I'm sorry, this front page that I'm going to consider like a cover page and not count it in the number of pages that I'm going to want in this book. So for instance, for my book that I'm creating for Halloween, there are 31 days in Halloween, so I decided I want to go ahead and make sure that I have 31 pages for my Halloween book. I don't know that I'm going to treat it like an October daily or anything like that, but I like having the 31 pages for the 31 days. All right, and these next 2 pages as well, you can kind of tell in the book they kind of almost just go together. And also too, it depends on your book, how it is bound, the age of it, because certain older books were bound a different way than they are now. This is a copyright 2013. This book is. Some books it's easier to tear pages out than others, but this is just again showing you my process of getting started and how I guess my method of madness. Okay, so again, this is a title page, and I may or may not, I probably will decorate it, but I do like that it says Project Paper Doll, the rules. Okay, so these 2 pages I'm going to kind of leave as cover pages. And now, this here is page 1. And let's see. I also want to look at the back cover page here too. This back page I'm going to leave in, and it also naturally fits with this one. So I'm going to also glue this together. Again, just for the integrity of the book and the way that the pages are going to lay, I just want to leave that together. And I decided you can use whatever glue you like. I believe Crafty Irina, I think always used White Elmer's glue. For me, I feel like it warps your pages a little bit. However, she never cared about that because her pages ended up coming out so beautiful. I do have art glitter glue here. For tonight, I'm going ahead and using my Fabrifix. And also to be careful the way you glue your pages together. So when I put these 2 pages together, I kind of laid it down, because if I went this away, the second page would have kind of wanted to glue naturally shorter. So watch the way your pages lay in the book and how you are gluing them together, so that one page doesn't go shorter depending on the way it's laying in your book. All right, so I do not want to rip this page out, and I'm going to put an X on it to remind me not to rip that out, because I'm ultimately going to be decorating this with scrapbook paper. And I want to come back up here to the front, and I am not going to rip that out, and I'm not going to rip this one out. And let's see, my glue is getting a little bit, so it's kind of sticking my pages together a little bit, so I want to be careful with that. This one here I will probably decorate, so I'm going to go ahead and put an X on it. Don't put an X on it if it's something that you're not going to decorate. But for me, I have made a number of mistakes tearing out pages that I don't want to, have meant not to in the past. So this for me is a great reminder. I've also gotten out my sticky notes, post-it notes, and helped me do this process. Tonight I am just basically, I think, going to use paper clips. Now, I am not a winger, so I want to know how many pages I'm going to put together in each section. And so basically I'm going to count out a number of pages, and I'm going to have a front page to it and a back page to it, and I'm going to rip out all of the pages in between my front and my back page, rip these out, and then end up gluing this front and back page together. So I have 408 pages here, not counting this one. So for my Halloween book, I decided I wanted 31 pages for 31 days. So let's use that same method. I want to have 31 pages on here. So 408 divided by 31 is 13, and I'm going to say times 2 equals. So that is 26 pages I want to have in each bundle of pages that I paper clip together. So let's go ahead and see if I am right. I'm going to go ahead and start counting, and the reason I know this, and I had to multiply it by 2 because I've already done it in that Halloween book, and I'll show you what I mean when I get to the edges. So you can fast forward or go ahead and count with me. Or maybe I'll just get started counting, stop the video, and I'll come back on. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start counting my 26 pages. 1, 2, and that's front and back. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. So I'm going to go ahead and paper clip those pages together. I'm going to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. We're going to clip these on. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video right here, and I am going to continue to count 26 pages and clip them and go on, and then I will come back.